Hey YouTube, it's motomattman. And today I got a couple of new gadgets, one for the bike and one for the GoPro. And this isn't really what I was wanting to talk about today, but I thought, what the heck, we'll talk about it because I had a question about how I capture my dual vlogs. So I think I'm going to put together a video of my gadgets. But first thing, for the bike, I just added this. I hope you can see it. It's a dual USB port for my bike, and what I've done is I've run the wire underneath the fairing here and underneath the tank, and it comes out underneath my seat, and it plugs into the same plug I use to plug in to the battery, the same plug that I use to plug in my battery tender. So when I unplug my battery tender, I just plug that in. I can plug my phone in now, and I can actually plug in something else, but it also gives me the voltage too, and that, because of the light, is probably really hard to see. The other thing is this little GoPro remote, and it syncs wirelessly to the GoPro, so I can turn on my GoPro without having to do the whole is it on, am I recording deal, because I can see right here real time. This little picture right here on the display is exactly what it's doing on the front of my GoPro at the same time. Now this is something that I need to figure out some way that I can mount it to the bars, because it'd be really nice to be able to just reach up and hit the button to start or hit the button to stop or whatever. And you could change modes. You could do everything you could do on your GoPro with the buttons on the GoPro with this little remote. But you know, I like I said, I'm gonna go for a ride here. I'm gonna go into town and check to see how things are coming in Chardon for the Maple Festival we have going on this weekend. And maybe talk about some of the gadgets, and then I'll like do a little video off the bike to add to this about the different things. One of the main things seems to be question about how me and Mrs. motomattman are able to sync up our audio with our dual vlogs. You know, that was something that when I got the idea to start motovlogging, that I was curious of. Huh, somebody lost their panties. Don't see that all the time. But anyway, but yeah, that was something that I was curious as to how the bigger motovloggers were capturing the audio for the dual vlogs, because man, I tell you what, that was something that I saw as being like a real nightmare. You can imagine it taking, you know, 2 weeks just to edit one dual vlog if you were having to try to find some way to sync up the audio from both feeds. But the way that's done is I have a Sena GP10 backpack for the GoPro, and it connects right to my GoPro, and my GoPro is a Hero 4 Black. It connects right to the back of it. It comes with its own special case to put the whole contraption in, and it has a little jumper to go from your external mic input on your GoPro into the Sena GP10 backpack. And then what happens is that when we're talking on our Senas, and they don't have to be Senas, they can be any kind of Bluetooth device. When we're talking, we're using the Sena mics, and that GoPro backpack is in our little group, kind of like if it was another rider. And what it does is it records everything that comes through her mic or my mic, and it records it directly to the GoPro. So the audio is perfectly in sync with the video, and the audio for both riders is perfectly in sync with the video. And that's pretty cool. I mean, in my earlier videos, that's how I captured all of my audio, because it's so easy to do. You know, if you ride with a Bluetooth communicator, you've already got a microphone inside your helmet anyway, so you don't have to have multiple microphones in your helmet and everything else. And there's a little switch on the back of it, so it will capture. It'll turn off the GoPro's external internal microphone, so that all you capture is what the Sena captures, or you can turn the switch on and it will capture all the ambient sounds as well. Now, I normally have that switch turned to the off position. Main reason is because it picks up so much wind noise doing it that way, and it really doesn't pick up the sound of the bike any better. So I saw like no benefit to it. I fiddled around with it quite a bit, and that's the reason why I went to using an external microphone, the Purple Panda, for most of my motovlogs, because then you're able to pick up the sound of the bike as well. So I'm still riding around with two mics inside my helmet, but Mrs. Motomattman isn't. Any of her vlogs or the dual vlogs, they're all captured using the Sena GP10 backpack. So if you ever hear me refer to the Sena backpack, that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm going to say from now on, because the Sena GP10 backpack for GoPro, the actual name of it is just too much. Now, there is one downfall to the Sena backpack, and that's that currently it can only be used with the GoPro Heroes 3 Plus, the GoPro Hero 4, the 4 Silver, the 4 Black. You can't use it for any of the later models. Now, when I was at the Cleveland Progressive International Motorcycle Show, another mouthful, I did talk to a Sena rep and told him how much that I loved the Sena backpack, and that you know, that it was unfortunate that they didn't have one for the 5, 6, 7 and so forth. Now, he didn't come right out and tell me that there's one coming, but he did get a big smile on his face and told me that Sena has stuff in the works that are coming out later this year, and to be watching for it. And it was kind of a sly kind of grin deal. So I really got the impression that he was referring to the fact that there was one in the works. You know, and that's one of the reasons why I'm still using the Hero GoPro 4 Black. I mean, the other reason is I really don't want to have to deal with that big brick of a mic adapter for the later model ones. You know, I watched a lot of the comparison videos that people have done between, like, especially the 7 and all of the older ones, and yeah, you notice a difference, but I don't know that it's that much of a difference. You know, the video stabilization in the new one is great, but I haven't seen any difference with anybody on a bike with that, for all intents and purposes, built-in gimbal. Now, off the bike I can see that, but most of the videoing, I'll be honest, that I do off the bike, I do with my phone. And you know, when I'm walking around or whatever, I do it with my phone, and I have a gimbal for my phone that I use. and the nice thing about the gimbal for the phone is that you can actually, with the press of a button, you can actually make the device you're filming with move up and down and side to side and everything. And even with the newer GoPro, you can't do that. Oh yeah, it's moving right along, getting everything set up. This weekend, this street that we're on right now will be totally shut down to all motorized traffic, and all of this will be for the Maple Syrup Festival, which is a big deal here. There's a lot of maple syrup production in the area, and there will be all kinds of, obviously you see rides and whatnot, and vendors, and just about anything that you can make out of maple will be on sale here. One of the stranger things was we got a maple spice here one year that's maple pepper spice, and it sounds kind of odd, but it's actually really good. And you go all the way around the square and then head into town. But you can see the whole square will be filled with all of this. And I plan on, weather permitting, coming up here and videoing actually at the festival, bringing, like I said, you kind of gotta look. Bringing my phone and gimbal up here to walk around and check it out, and hopefully the weather will be nice. I just keep seeing rain and crap. But anyway, like I said, you know, I'm going to do a little thing off the bike and show you exactly how it all connects, the GoPro backpack, the Sena GoPro backpack and whatnot, and how it's used. It's really a cool device. It's not really that expensive, you know, so it's one of those things, if you've already got a GoPro 3 or 4 and you already have any kind of Bluetooth communicator, it'll work. I mean, in my comparison video where I compare the BTS2 cheap budget communicator, Bluetooth communicator, to the Sena S10, the audio that I captured was entirely captured using the Sena backpack. So you can see that you can pick up the budget communicator. Remember, that was like the BTS2, if memory serves me right, was 2 Bluetooth communicators for $100. You know, so you got to figure those aren't like the best communicators in the world, and they worked with the Sena backpack. I mean, I even fiddled around with it one day and connected it to my Bluetooth headset that I use for my phone, with the idea of at some point, you know, being able to use that like for doing a vlog or whatever, you know, off the bike, in the car, something like that, and it connected right up, and it worked just fine. You know, and one of the nice things about that is, because of it connecting via Bluetooth, literally what you could do is you can stand away from the GoPro and use like a Bluetooth headset that you would use for your phone, and you could vlog while looking at your camera, and it would capture the audio like you were standing right beside the camera instead of, you know, standing 30 feet away. You know, there's all kinds of things that you could use that for that could be kind of cool. But like I said, I'll go over this, you know, with all the different parts out, sitting out on the counter or whatever, on a workbench, something, and show you all the different things and how it connects and how you use it. Now the only drawback is if you're using the GoPro backpack to capture your audio, you can't have your phone connected as well and be like listening to music or anything on the bike, or listening to navigation and so forth, or at least I haven't figured out how to do it. You know, now I've gotten calls on my phone, but it won't do both. It'll do multiple Bluetooth devices, regular Bluetooth devices, but it won't do the phone as well. Not that that's that big a deal. You know, because if you were using your phone for navigation, you could still have it, you know, mounted in like a RAM mount and still be looking at it. And actually, I don't know if I can. Well, yeah, I can. I'm just gonna say I don't know if I can even do that with just the Senas, but yeah, you can do that. But it cuts off the communication when the phone's talking. But anyway, you know, I just wanted to take a little short ride. I had other plans for what to talk about, but right before I left the house, I had someone make a comment asking me about the dual vlog and capturing the audio, and how did I sync it all up and everything. And I had gotten those other two new gadgets. That the remote control is really, really cool. And I'll show that a little bit more in depth when I do the video off the bike about the Sena backpack, and show you all that. And it is not a GoPro brand one. I know GoPro makes one. If memory serves me, last time I looked, it was like $100. This one was under 50. You know, it doesn't really fit that deal of the month criteria that I had, but it'd be $20 or less, or $25 or less. And I've been having a hard time finding some things that fit into that criteria. So if anybody has any suggestions, you know, put them down in the comments, because I'm always looking for something to do the deal of the month review. I mean, I may use this as a deal of the month because the remote really is, even though it's outside that $25. And I'll be honest with you, all the different things you can use the Sena backpack for, also really, other than the price, really fits into that criteria, because it's so versatile, and it makes things so much easier to vlog, or even just to capture video yourself. Because the case that the thing comes with, if you buy the Sena backpack with the case, which makes it a little bit more expensive, I want to say it pushes it from $100 to $130. But that case that it comes with is waterproof. Now it comes with just a skeleton case as well. Man, not really any parking here today. Here and around. Anyway, oh shit, I should have pulled in anyway. There's somebody leaving. I'm gonna go take his spot. But it's waterproof, so I don't know if it would capture the audio if you were standing on the side of the pool or at the beach and the GoPro was underwater, if it would capture it or not. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna stop it here for now. Hey YouTube, it's motomattman, and this is the part of talking about the new remote control here for my GoPro and the GP10 Sena backpack for the GoPro. Now the first thing I wanted to show you is, and hopefully you can see that there, and hopefully you can see that they're synced up to the same thing. You can see the little blue flashing light, but it's not recording. Now when I hit this button here on the remote, now you can see they're still synced up and everything, and it's recording. And I hit the button again, and it stops recording. But like I said, everything that it shows on this screen right here is the same thing as on this screen right here on the GoPro. Makes it really nice because you can tell that you're recording. No more, like I said, no more looking in the mirror or asking somebody else, hey, am I recording? You can tell just by clicking the button here, and you can see that it's counting and it's recording. And click the button again, and off it goes. Click the button down here, hold it on, and shuts everything off. So it's really cool, really handy, and like I said, it's under 50 bucks. Now the big thing is the GP10 backpack by Sena for the GoPro. Okay, and what that is that's this thing right here. And you can see it's got an off and an on button for the mic. And like I said, I normally keep mine off. Then it has a power on and off, and it syncs up to your Sena here via Bluetooth. Now it's got this little jumper here that you plug in, and it plugs into the mic input and the output on the actual Sena. And you can see it just clips on right here. You plug this little puppy in here, and then you put it in the special, like I said, waterproof case. And you notice it's a little bit bigger than on a regular GoPro case because you have to have the room for that little jumper. And now, when I have the Sena, when I have my Sena on, or it could be any other Bluetooth communicator, any other helmet communicator, it could be a Bluetooth headset for connecting to your phone, whatever, it now will sync up to here. So any of the audio that the microphone, either inside my helmet for my Bluetooth communicator or my headset for my phone, any of that audio would be captured in here. The nice thing with that is it picks up the other rider's voice as well. So you can hear, that's how you're able to hear Mrs. Motomattman and I doing the dual vlog. Everything comes right into here, and it's all synced up right in here, right in this GoPro. The audio from both headsets goes to this GoPro, so I don't have to sync up the audio. The only thing that I would ever have to do is sync up the video if I were doing two different shots, like her view and my view at the same time. Then I would have to sync that up, but just the video. And then in that case, I would delete the audio from her GoPro and just overlay her video with the audio. That's how, actually, that's what I did for her to have our latest dual vlog on her channel what I did was I synced up her video and my video, and I deleted her audio and my video. So actually it's her video overlaid on top of the audio that was captured from my GoPro. Now I've done just regular vlogs on the bike where I'm using the Sena backpack. There are other motovloggers that do it. As a matter of fact, I was watching 650E's channel, and if you're not familiar with his channel, you might want to check it out. It's very much sport bike oriented, but I mean, he has an absolute ton of subscribers. If you're familiar with Shade Tree Surgeon, 650E has a ton more than Shade Tree Surgeon does. I mean, it's now become his full-time job, and he was actually explaining how that's how he captures his audio. He still today uses the exact same camera I use, the GoPro Hero 4 Black, and he uses the Sena backpack for the GoPro. I think his Sena headset is either a 20 or a 30. It's not the 10S like mine. But one of the things you could tell is by looking at his channel, you can see that because his editing is a whole lot better than mine, you can see that all of the talk of having to upgrade your camera all the time is not really the truth, because he's built this channel and with just using that Hero 4 Black, and he has companies like Yamaha and Ducati and whatnot that send him all over the world doing first rides on bikes, press releases for motorcycles. Was sent to MotoGP in Austin by one of the companies, and all of his video is captured on the bike, is captured with the Hero 4 Black. But again, I have used this with other communicators. Like I said before, when I did the communicator comparison between the BTS2 and the 10S, I synced up my BTS2 to the GoPro backpack. That's how you're able to hear hear that for the comparison. And the BTS2, I mean, it really is a budget communicator. I mean, the thing's $50 for one, or $100 for two. You know, so if you can connect it to a Sena, and you can connect it to the BTS2, you could connect and to a phone headset. I hooked it up to my Beats headset that I use with my phone. If you can hook it up to those, you can hook it up to any of the, you know, you can hook it up to Cardo or any of the rest of them. But anyway, I just wanted to share that because I'd had a lot of questions. Again, I'll show you again. Pop open the case here, and here it is together, and you can tell it's quite a bit larger once you have that on there. Actually, it's about the size that the Hero 4 Silver is, that has the monitor on the back. But you know, you can see that it just syncs up here, and this is your charging port. One of the nice things is it has its own internal battery, so it doesn't drain the battery on your GoPro. And the other thing is that you can plug in to this port here to charge the backpack, and it will also charge your Sena at the same time, so you don't need a separate cord to charge the two. I mean, I'll do that most of the time. I charge my batteries on a battery charger. Well, at least my extra ones. The battery that's in the GoPro right now, I'll plug this in and charge that up as well. The button and turn the stupid thing on. But anyway, again, you have the power on and off, and that allows you can see the little blue light for it to sync up, and then you can use the external mic and the Sena at the same time. I don't typically do that when I'm on the bike using this, mainly because the external mic on the GoPro picks up an awful lot of wind noise. Now I could see if you were off the bike, you were walking around, that you might want to do that. But normally I have that mic set to the off position. And again, this is all it is. And it just pops onto here, and then snaps in there. This is connected here, and then clip it in there. And actually, to be honest with you, I like this side opening case as opposed to the top opening clamshell case that GoPro has. This is a whole lot nicer. You've got a little button that you've got to pull here on the side and then pop it out like that to release it. It seems to be a little bit more substantial than your regular GoPro. But that's all there is to that. And like I said, you know, you have the little remote control that once it's connected up wirelessly will turn on, will control your GoPro to start and stop recording and so forth, which is again really nice because of the fact that you can see what's on the screen on your helmet. You can see it holding it in your hand, which also allows you to stop it so you could pause it if you wanted to for whatever reason. The only downfall is I need to find a way to mount it. I'd really like to be able to mount it on the handlebars instead of having it in my pocket. But other than that, those were the two things that I wanted to talk to you about off the bike. I hope this answers any of the questions you might have. If not, you know, leave any questions in the comments section, and I'll try to answer them. Both of these things are great devices, and they're not that expensive. I mean, if you have a Hero 4 or a Hero 3, that backpack will connect right up to it. But even to be honest with you, at this point in time, you could go on Amazon and you could get the GoPro backpack, the Sena backpack for the GoPro, the waterproof case, and a Hero 3 or 4 for the price of a Hero 5. You know, and if you like using your, if you have an updated camera and you like using that, use that on your chin mount maybe, and then use the Hero 3 or 4 for your B-roll, even if all you're doing is capturing the audio from two people. I mean, you could always overlay it over top of the video that you capture on your chin mount. But anyway, I hope everybody has a great day. Remember, as always, keep the shiny side up and the rubber side down. If you like what you see, click the like, click the subscribe button, and make sure you punch the bell so you get new content whenever I upload it. Have a great day.